The abandoned mining settlement on Kepler 442b was supposed to be empty. That's what the planetary survey had said anyway. But Eli Carter had learned long ago that official reports rarely told the whole story. He adjusted his cracked glasses held together with synthetic tape and carefully navigated through the rusted corridors of the old facility. His school expedition group had left him behind, as usual. "Go find your own rocks, nerd," Marcus had said before they disappeared into the more stable sections. Eli didn't mind. He preferred solitude to their mockery. The deeper sections of the facility hummed with residual energy, probably from the old plasma extractors. Eli's scanner beeped erratically, picking up strange readings. He followed the signal through a collapsed doorway, ducking under twisted metal beams, until he reached what appeared to be a holding cell. That's when he heard it, a soft, pained whimper. Eli's breath caught. In the center of the chamber, illuminated by flickering emergency lights, lay a creature unlike anything he'd seen in xenobiology class. It was roughly the size of a large dog, with silver-white fur that seemed to shimmer even in the dim light. Its body was lean and wolf-like, but its features were distinctly alien. 6 legs folded beneath it, crystalline spikes running down its spine, and eyes that glowed a soft amber, those eyes fixed on Eli, filled with equal parts fear and defiance. "Oh no," Eli whispered, noticing the energy chains wrapped around the creature's body. They pulsed with a sickly blue light, digging into its flesh wherever it moved. Blood, or something like it, stained the silver fur dark purple. The wolf cub, because that's what it had to be, a juvenile, snarled weakly, baring teeth that looked sharp enough to cut through steel. But Eli saw past the threat. He saw the trembling in its limbs, the shallow breathing, the way its glow was fading. It was dying. "Easy," Eli said softly, raising his hands. "I'm not going to hurt you." The creature's ears, 4 of them swept back against its skull, twitched. Its snarl faded to a low growl. Eli slowly knelt, setting down his scanner. His mind raced through everything he knew about alien wildlife, which admittedly wasn't much beyond textbook theory. But he'd read enough to know that energy restraints like these were illegal under galactic convention. Whoever had left this creature here wanted it to suffer. "Who did this to you?" Eli asked, though he expected no answer. But then something impossible happened. A voice, soft, young, and distinctly not human, echoed in his mind. "Hunters, took, pack, left, runt." Eli nearly fell backward. The wolf cub hadn't opened its mouth, yet he'd heard the words as clearly as if they'd been spoken aloud. Telepathy. The creature was telepathic. "You can talk?" Eli breathed, dying. The voice came again, weaker this time. "Chains, draining." Eli's hand shook as he pulled out his multi-tool. He wasn't strong like Marcus, or brave like the other kids who'd join the Colonial Marines someday. He was just Eli Carter, the boy who got shoved into lockers and laughed at for reading instead of playing sports. But he knew technology. He understood systems and circuits and energy flows. Okay, he muttered, scanning the chains with his tool. "These are Vorton restraints. Military grade. They're designed to drain bioenergy and..." His eyes widened. "And transmit location data." "Someone's tracking you." The wolf cub, Rin, the name suddenly appeared in his mind like a gift, lifted its head slightly. "They return. For pelt. Trophy." Horror washed over Eli. He'd heard stories about illegal hunting rings that targeted rare alien species. They'd killed Rin's pack and left the smallest behind to die slowly, planning to return for proof of their kill. "Not if I can help it," Eli said, his voice firmer than he felt. His fingers flew across the multi-tools interface. The Vortan chains operated on a quantum-locked frequency, nearly impossible to break without the proper codes. Nearly. But Eli had spent countless nights hacking his school's security system just to access the advanced science databases. This was harder but not impossible. Sweat dripped down his face as he worked. The chains pulsed angrily, sensing his interference. Rin whimpered, the pain intensifying. "Just a little more," Eli whispered. Come on." With a final keystroke, the chains sparked and shattered, dissolving into harmless light particles. Rin collapsed, panting heavily. Eli quickly grabbed his water canteen and poured some into his cupped hand, offering it to the creature. A long, crystalline tongue lapped at the water gratefully. "Thank you." Rin's voice was stronger now, filling Eli's mind with warmth. "Name, Eli?" Yeah, Eli smiled despite everything. Eli Carter. Nobody special. Wrong. Rin slowly rose to its 6 legs, still unsteady but alive. The amber glow in its eyes brightened. Eli. Brave. Smart. Saved. Rin. Before Eli could respond, his scanner shrieked a warning. 3 heat signatures approaching fast. The hunters were returning. We need to move, Eli said, helping steady Rin. Can you walk? Rin took a tentative step, then another. Pack bond? The voice asked hopefully. Eli didn't fully understand what that meant, but he nodded anyway. Yeah, pack bond. Let's get out of here. They moved through the corridors as quickly as Rin's injured state allowed. Behind them, Eli could hear heavy footsteps and harsh voices speaking in Galactic Common. The hunters had discovered the broken chains. Eli's mind raced. He couldn't fight them. He couldn't outrun them. He was just, not just. Rin's voice interrupted his spiraling thoughts. Never just Eli Pack now. Rin's human. Something shifted in Eli's chest. For the first time in his life, something, saw him not as a victim or a weakling, but as a protector. As someone worth bonding with. They reached the facility's emergency exit just as the hunters rounded the corner behind them. Eli slammed the door control, sealing it behind them. It wouldn't hold long, but it didn't need to. Outside, Kepler 442b's twin moons illuminated the rocky landscape. Eli's communicator buzzed. The expedition shuttle was returning to their position. We're going to make it, Eli said, more to himself than to Rin. Yes, Rin agreed, pressing against Eli's leg. Together. As the shuttle descended, Eli Carter realized something profound. He'd come to this dead planet as the kid nobody wanted around, but he was leaving with a friend who'd chosen him, who'd bonded with him, who saw him for who he truly was. The hunters would face justice. Rin would heal, and Eli? Eli had discovered that being a nerd meant having the knowledge to save lives, and that was more powerful than any fist or harsh word could ever be.